Okay, I figure it is about time I do a video where I just tell you guys a little about myself and why I'm doing this now. I'm tired of not being able to walk and do things. I think it was 2020, my back started hurting from work, and I think it was 2021, I went back to work in assisted livings, and it got worse. And then it got to the point where if I just didn't sit down, I could keep walking and going, and it didn't hurt too crazy bad, so I could just power through. So I just didn't take breaks, didn't sit down, just kept working through it. Didn't relax till I went home, and then it was hard to get up again after, when I would sit down. I asked for help from doctors for years and years, and the only thing I was told was lose weight, don't be fat. Which back then I wasn't really even fat because I was working in the assisted living and I was active. I was a little thick, but not obese. Now I'm definitely obese now that I can't walk and do things. I used to be very active. I used to hike and hunt and fish and swim and do all kinds of outdoor things. And now I can't. Primarily being in my garden is mostly what I do. I still try to get out and take some pictures, but I'm limited as to the pictures I can get and where I can go now because I can't climb and jump, and it's hard to get through water and, all the things a photographer needs to be able to do. I'm doing whatever I can that I'm still capable of doing to try and earn a living since I can't work anymore, and I used to be the primary income, the primary manager of the household, so it's been a major shift in my household. I think it was 2022 that I finally couldn't work anymore between my back and just the mental toll it was taking on me, working through the constant pain, having the elderly people at work offer me their wheelchairs and their walkers and canes, which I do now walk with a cane, and I should have a walker, but it's not practical for my house because it's so small. So I'm trying to go viral so I can make money and monetize on here so I can take care of myself and my family still. I'm trying to build my farm stand also. I do try to grow as much of my own food for my family as I can. I know this looks like a large garden to most, but when you're trying to can food for the remainder of the year for your family, this isn't a lot. I'll have tomatoes and some peppers, some squash and zucchini, maybe beans. We've had a lot of greens and lettuce. My rabbit's been happy. We've been eating a lot of lettuce. It's been a struggle getting this garden up and going, especially with my physical limitations. I'm supposed to see a surgeon for my spine, and I have to come up with $400 just to meet him. That's just the first appointment to say, hi, how are ya? I don't have insurance. My daughter doesn't have insurance. We can't afford it. My husband's insurance through his work is terribly expensive and just terrible insurance. We pay for our primary care through a DPC, so it's like a monthly subscription, which is why we're able to go to the doctor. And that DPC that doesn't take insurance is the only reason that I have found out what's wrong with my back. When I had insurance, they just played the insurance game and sent for me from person to person, told me not to be anxious and not to be fat, and I wouldn't have any problems anymore. Now that I've gone to the DPC, my very first visit, he sent me for an MRI, and we found out I've got a severely herniated L5-S1, and it's begun to cause some hopefully temporary partial paralyzation on my right side. I've had to severely limit how much I drive and how I drive. I had to retrain myself using both legs, basically acting like my right leg is a peg leg. Most of the time I drag it around. I have very limited control over my right leg and foot. There are other issues, but I guess kind of private. I have issues with being perceived. I don't like talking on camera and video, so I'm working through ADHD, neurospiciness, and my issues that come from that. So this is a big step for me. I'll get there. Bear with me. Please, follow me. Give me some likes. Help me build this, and I guess tell me what kind of videos you want me to keep adding. I am Unique Freak because that's what I started calling myself back in high school. I don't like boxes. I don't like labels. I don't like the social construct that is we need to only like one thing, do one thing, stick to one thing. I think being multifaceted and having skills and interests all over the board makes you a stronger and more complex person. And I'm not going to stick to one niche. I can try to narrow my focus to a couple things for you guys if that's what you would like, but yeah, I'm unique because I don't like to follow the social constructs. I guess that's what I've always said anyways. I guess maybe I'm not very unique. I don't know. I guess you guys will have to tell me that, but that's yeah, I got that when I was 20. I've had that tattoo for 17 years now. That's what I've been calling myself.